If you're going to be using the basic bodice pattern as a foundation in creating design, the possibility is that you're going to be faced with fitting problems like the ones you can see on display right now. Okay, the problem isn't that you did not take the accurate body measurement or you do not know how to draft your basic bodice pattern accurately. The problem is that the basic bodice pattern is constructed in such a way that it hangs from the neck and goes down and hits the bust point and then goes straight down to the waistline without molding to the whole of your body. For example, the under bust area as well as the area between the bust point and the neck. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can use what we call contouring to deal with these fitting problems. Now you may be wondering, what is contouring? Is this the same contouring we use when we do our makeup, especially for the ladies? Well, I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that the concept is the same. No, in the sense that it's a different field, makeup and pattern making. In makeup, we use bronzer, foundation, and darker shade to hide some facial features that we do not want to stand out in order to make the facial features we want to stand out to be more prominent. For example, the cheekbones. So in pattern making, when we're contouring, we are using darts to eliminate the features we do not want to stand out, and in the process we're using dart to highlight the prominent features in our body we really need to stand out. So in this tutorial, you're going to have a better understanding on how to deal with these fitting problems. So I'll be showing you different guidelines. Although this is basic, but is the best way to start. I'm saying basic because you're going to be faced with different shape, different size, and different figure. But when you have this understanding, you'll be able to deal with these fitting problems irrespective of the shape, the size, and the figure. Now, without wasting much time, let's jump right into this tutorial. The first step is to transfer the shoulder dart to the waist dart. And to do this, I drew a vertical line and I'm going to place my pattern like so. Now using a push pin, I'm going to pierce through the bust point of my pattern just to hold this pattern in place. I will be using the pivot method to transfer the shoulder dart to the waist. And to do this, I'll start by tracing the neckline. And then from the highest point of the shoulder, I am going to trace to the first dart leg of the shoulder dart. Now I'm going to trace from the center front on the waistline to the first dart leg of the waist dart. To transfer the shoulder dart, I'm going to move the second dart leg of the shoulder dart to the position where the first dart leg was before. Now from the second dart leg, I'm going to trace to the tip of the shoulder and then leaving the pattern just the way it is right now, making sure it doesn't move. Trace the armhole, the side seam, the waistline to the second dart leg of the waist dart. And now I've successfully transferred the shoulder dart to the waist dart. So I'm just going to use my pen to highlight all the mark just drawn. And if you notice, you see the waist dart is wider than it was before. This is because I just transferred the shoulder dart to the waist dart. You by my side. What is life without you by my side? What is life? Next, using a compass, I'm going to take my bust radius measurement, which is the measurement from your bust point to your underbust. I'm going to use a compass and draw a circle round the bust point. Now for contour guideline 1, I'm going to mark the midpoint of the neckline and then connect the point on the neckline to the bust point like so. On the left hand side of this line just drawn, mark on the circle 1/4 of an inch. If you notice, I did mine on the right hand side. Please make sure you're doing yours toward the center front, that is on the left hand side. Guideline 2, I'll draw a line from the tip of the shoulder to the bust point, and on the left hand side of this line on the circle, mark 1/2 of an inch. Now connect this point to the bust point and upward to the tip of the shoulder. Guideline 3, square a line from the curviest part of the armhole to the bust point. And on the left hand side of this line on the armhole, mark 1/4 of an inch. And then connect this point to the bust point. Guideline 4, on the side seam, come inwards 1/2 of an inch and connect this point to the waistline like so. Guideline 5, on both sides of the dart leg, mark 3/8 of an inch on the circle and then connect from the bust point to this point on the circle and then connect straight down to the waistline like so. Guideline 5, mark the midpoint of the shoulder and come downwards from this point 1/8 of an inch. Now connect to this point like so. Guideline 6, now mark your true bust line from the center front down to the bust point, and on both sides of this line, mark 3/8 of an inch. Remember, this horizontal line is your bust level line, which is same thing as your true bust line or your nip line. One thing you should note is that you can combine guideline 1, 2, and 3 together and take it out on the middle as one dart. Okay, so a typical example where you can do this is when you are drafting a bustier pattern. Okay, you can actually take it as one dart, and also you can also curve in the side seam a little bit to create a kind of a S shape if you want to. And right now we're done with contouring the front bodice pattern. Now let's move over to the back. So I started by copying my basic back pattern, and first thing I'm going to do is to draw a horizontal balance line, and to do this I'm going to mark upward from the tip of my waist dart 4 inches, and then I'm going to square in a horizontal line right across this point. So I marked upward 4 inches from the tip of my waist dart. Now I'm going to take these measurements like so and place it from the center back on the horizontal balance line, and then from this point I'm going to connect to the dart leg of my waist dart like so. This is our own paradise. Let's do this, my dear. What is life? So this becomes the new dart when contouring your back pattern. Now, like we did on the front, from the midpoint of the shoulder on both sides of the dart leg, I'm going to come down 1/8 of an inch and connect that point to the tip of the shoulder. Now I'm going to come in on the side seam 1/2 of an inch and connect this point to the waistline like so. Remember, I said you can make your side seam a little bit curvier if you want to. And right now we're done with contouring the basic bodice. All right, so whenever you're drafting a neckline that passes through this guideline, especially when you're going for a kind of a scoop neckline, a V neckline, you can apply all these different contour guideline to give you a more fitted garment. And guys, I would like to note that the width of the dart is subject to change depending on the difference between your waist and your bust. Okay, but the important thing here is that you having this knowledge and understanding of the various contour guideline will enable you determine how much dart needs to leave certain areas in your pattern before you create the finished designs. On my next video, I'll show you how to incorporate these guidelines depending on the design I'm going for though. So guys, I do hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, please remember to like this video, leave a comment, and if you're here for the first time, please don't leave without subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Is a cold, cold word. Sometimes you make me sad, but then you make me happy. I see your face and I smile. I feel blessed. While I tell how I know go ever leave your side. I wanna do this for life. Building my world by your side. It's magic. It's magic. This is our own paradise. Let's do this, my dear. What is life?